Somebody knows what this is, right? It's a one-eyed monster. What does it do? What is this? Is this specific to a Dungeons and Dragons monster? We're heading into our 9th year alongside a brand new chapter coming out in the 8.0.0 update. The good guy, decrease hidey ho cooldown to 12 seconds was 18. Damn, is that real? Oh, wait a minute. Chucky can only scamper while performing a slice and dice attack. Wow, that's a huge change. But I don't know. I feel like this might make Chucky stronger. I feel like the times that Chucky feels oppressive to me is not when, Well, the time that Chucky feels oppressive to me is not when I drop a pallet. It's more so when I'm just out in the open going from one pallet to the next and it's impossible to dodge his slice and dice attack. Or is it just me? I feel like I get downed way less at pallets with Chucky because there's at least a mind game. Am I going to drop it? He's going to think I'm going to drop it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to greet it. He's going to respect it, etc. You know, like I feel like it's way different counterplay to it. Whereas when you're out in the open versus Chucky, that shit feels free. Because I think getting that power back every 12 seconds, that would be terrible if they don't change that iridescent one, right? Where you're like you go under the pallet and then it breaks the pallet. Yo, maybe I'm tripping, but for me, I feel like I feel like it's going to be worse. For me. To me, all right, the Cannibal, my God. Increased chainsaw sweep duration to 2.5 seconds? Was 2 seconds? Dang! I wonder if they're going to have like the purple add-on change, but let's see. Increased chainsaw sweep movement speed to 5.3 was previously 5.29. My God. So he moves faster. Greeting my ass. You got to get perfect pallet stuns. He moves faster and for longer. My Lord. Decreased collision detection size to help navigate tight spaces. Oh my God. Okay. So it's not as easy to bump into shit now. Dude, are we going to hate going against Bubba's now? Timing lockers are going to be tough. I think it's just going to be new, really. I think that's all it's going to be. It's going to be new. All you got to do is like go in and just, practice it. We'll figure it out. Decrease collision, okay. Decrease base tantrum time to 3 seconds was 5 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's not bad. That's more than enough time. 5 seconds is kind of egregious anyways. PTB's on Tuesday. Damn, that's so close. I would say 3 seconds is fair because 5 seconds, it costs you way too much. So I think 3 seconds is good. How long is it when Billy hits something? How long does it take? For like, what's his stun if he bumps into a rock or something? 3-ish? Yeah. So it should be at least in line with that. The stun duration should be something in line with that. And then obviously several add-ons have been adjusted accordingly. Okay. Deathslinger. All right. Decrease stun time when a survivor breaks free to 2.7 seconds was 3. I think 3 was fine, personally. Is it just me? Increase real speed for, oh God. I mean, I don't think that makes a whole lot of a difference, if I'm honest. There's no difference there. I mean, there's a difference. Don't get it twisted. But there's rarely a moment, I feel like, when you're using Slinger and you don't get the survivor to come to you. Pause. Increase movement speed while reloading to... What? Damn! While reloading to 3.08. Damn, that seems like a sizable difference. That is a sizable difference, homie. My God, okay. All right. The reload's already pretty fast, so that means he's just going to be on you a little bit faster. All right. Mastermind. Decrease hindered penalty from infection to 4% was 8. Oh my God. Was it 8% if you were fully infected? I guess that's better. I almost wish they would have done something completely different with this. Like if you're getting chased, like if you come off hook and you're getting chased by him, then it won't go up. It won't go up it won't go up kind of like Pig's Box. But if you find them and they didn't disinfect, right, then it's a problem. Infection is now reduced to 1% when hooked was fit. Damn, okay, that's a big difference. Infection is now reduced to 1% when hooked was 50%. That's a big difference. I'm not mad with those decisions then. Because I know when you come off hook, it pretty much like you would get it back in 2 seconds, right? But 4% from 8, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's still ass. But it's not bad. And then if you come back and you're only 1%, that's pretty good. I'm not mad at that whatsoever. So shout out to them for that. All right, Compound 33 now increased rush turn rate and duration by 11%. Was 33%. Yeah, drop that shit, man. Please and thank you. I ain't mad at that at all. So he can't just turn as well, right? What is it? Iridescent Blight tag now increased rush speed by 10%. Was 20%. By 10% was 20%. I'm cool with that too. Fuck Blights, man. What? I'm totally down. That man is already too strong. He's too strong. What does he go? 200% the speed? Enough. Toolboxes. What do we have? Increased toolbox Sabo speed across most variants. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Increased effects of Sabo related add-ons grip. I don't know if they know what they're doing with this. They might be messing up with this. I'm just saying. They might be messing up with this, and this might be very, very bad, right? Sabos are already, like, they were in a good spot. I don't think this is something they need to do. All right, so right now, do I even need 2 add-ons so let's say my teammate is getting hooked. I go to the hook, I take a hit, and then I Sabo. I can do that and probably at least trade, right? I can do that and at least trade with the person on hook. But now I feel like I'll be able to take the hit, Sabo, and still be Gucci. Like, at least that is not happening anymore. Like, that might be too much. I don't know if it's just me, but that feels like it's way too much. Increase the speed across most variants, and they're also not telling us a percent. And then it's saying related gripper, and those are the 2 that I use, I think. I think maybe these 2 or these 2. Either way, 2 of those I use. And if, God forbid, you have resilience or something else, once you take that hit, gone. Like, it's done. I don't know about that. That's rough. At best, if you really wanted to make this, if you wanted Sabos to be a little bit better, then you buff Saboteur so that people have to, at the very least, use a full perk slot for it. But even still, I think this is too much. This, to me, feels like it's way too much. Yeah, breakout builds are going to be diesel. Oh, my God. I think this is an L. From a survivor main, homie, I think this is a freaking L. I feel like at the very least for Saboteur, if they could have also just done it, Saboteur only goes on cooldown if you get rid of a, what's it called, right? Like if you get rid of a hook. I hate that the not bug, but it's if you unhook somebody and you have Saboteur, you automatically go for the Sabo before the heal. Something like that could have made Sabos a little bit more prominent without doing this increased change, which seems like it's going to be broken. You're going to see no mither, boil over, flip flop, and all these other things with Sabos, and it's going to be disgusting. I went against it the other day, and the only reason I got 2 people only, and the only reason is because I had agitation. I think it was agitation and something else. I forgot what else I had. Mad Grit would have made it amazing on Dead Dog. Yep, that's where I went against them. This update features balance changes to a selection of the strongest and most frustrating perks to face. The majority of these adjustments are slight. The intention is to keep the perks feeling effective and bring them a bit more in line with other options. Deadlock. Decrease block duration to max 25 seconds was 30 seconds. Okay. This, oh my God, this needed to be here. So 10 years ago, brother. 10 years ago. Background player was so absurd. Who greenlit that shit? 200% the speed, bro. You could get a save or a Sabo from anywhere on the map. What the hell, brother? That was so stupid. But let's go back to Deadlock really quick. I'm sorry. I saw that and I was just like, I can't believe. This is it says it. It's categorizing it. Minor update, medium update. The exhaustion cooldown is insane though. Decrease exhaustion duration to... You get it back every 20 seconds? Oh my God. Why? Why would you get it back every 20 seconds? Holy hell. That's enough time for the survivor to go back down again and then get picked again and have it all over. That's enough to keep getting saves, pallet saves, flashlight saves, flashbang saves over and over again. It could, because that's all it takes, just like 20 seconds maybe, you know, of standing still. Yo, they are tripping. If 2 people run and 1 person goes down under a pallet, is GG's with the new cooldown? Yeah, it's bad. That needs to be changed. I don't know why they would do that. I guess because this exhaustion perk is not a perk where, you know, for example, Dead Hard, or well, obviously Dead Hard is only once per hook, right? But this exhaustion perk is not like, exactly, it's not a chase perk. So for them, it's doesn't deserve as big a cooldown. And I can understand, I can understand a perk like, what is it, Smash Hit. And oh my God, if you're running Vigil, this shit goes down even faster. I think that's a terrible idea. I'm sorry, behavior. You kind of remove one problem and just added another on this one. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. But you have to follow the survivor being chased if you want to save one less person that does a gen. Homie, that's not enough. That is not enough. Just a heads up, that is not enough, because people do this shit all the time anyways. People do this all the time anyways. It makes it so that it's also going to waste the killer's time by a lot. Like if I stay just far back enough, like let's say the person goes out on a pallet. If I stay just far back enough, if the killer commits to me, somebody's probably going to pick them up. Or if the killer picks up, I might have enough time to get there to get the pallet save. And like, again, the problem is not the first time you use it 150%. I think that's good. It's the 20 seconds and you get it right back. It might be the same. I think honestly, you might be able to chase a survivor over and over. You might be able to do a no mither, a group of no mitherers to just literally do that and meme. Like this is gonna bring a lot of crazy shit. And if you were to bring, let me ask you guys a question. If you were to bring 4 vigils with this and 4 no mithers, how quickly, not really like get up, right? But like how quickly can you get back that 20 seconds with vigil if you have 4 people running it? We're going to test all of that shit on the PTB. Not 5 seconds, bro. No way. The 40-second cooldown goes down to 9 with 4 vigils? What? Change this. I think you were on to something with 150 and you should have left this at 40, bro. I'll be honest. All right, Grim Embrace says minor update. Decreased block duration to 10 seconds was 12. Okay. All right, it looks like they just want to bring everything down just a couple of seconds. Deadlock, less 5 seconds. This one, less 2 seconds. Okay, I don't really got anything to say about that. I mean, that Grim Embrace, what it can do is give you just enough time to walk, to hook, to maybe get to that, to get, I mean, I think it's so minuscule. It's so minuscule. It's like, I guess. All right, DS, reduced stun duration to 4 seconds was 5. Brother, how did we get here? Behavior, hello? We just got here. We just had it for like a day. No. I didn't even have it. I didn't have 5 seconds for long enough. Listen, I was saying before, when they did DS from 5 seconds to 3, I was like, brother, you could have tried 4 first. 3 is ridiculous, right? 3 is ridiculous. But now you can't go from 5 to 3 to 5 to 4. Like, it's just Jesus. Let's be honest, when you're using DS, it's because you're getting tunneled. An extra second, let a bitch breathe. Let a bad bitch breathe. It's not like the stun is because sometimes can people use it offensively? Yeah, but you could be a little bit savvy and figure that shit out, right? Like just leave him on the floor, do whatever the fuck you got to do, right? But like I don't think this was necessary at this point. I don't think this was necessary. Pass. You got it. Pop. Decreased regression effects to 20% was 30%. I'm not mad at that. I ain't mad at that, bro. I'm not mad at that because Pop you would typically see with Scourge. Scourge you would typically see with X, Y, and Z. The thing is, Pop is not ran by itself. Pop is never on by itself. That's the whole thing. Pop, yo, dude, you'll play a game and you'll get one hook. It'll get scourged and then it'll get popped, bro. So it's just it's like you're getting jumped. You ever seen that what is it, the Batman meme where he's like psh, 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 psh. I think he's had enough. You want some of this? I didn't think so. Psh, psh, psh.
Hey man, I think you got him.
You want what he's having?
No.
That's what I thought. Justice for Gotham.
That's what it feels like. It's just one after the other after the other. Let me breathe, motherfucker. That's the problem. It's not pop by itself. Yeah, 20% is kind of meager, but it's with Scourge and Grim Embrace and Dead Man Switch and this and that. It's all that time that you just invested into the gen is gone. Obviously, that's what the perk is for. But in conjunction with everything else, it's like El Pipazo, brother. It's too much. It's too much. Buckle up, motherfuckers. Buckle up no longer provides endurance. Okay, I am shocked it took them this long to remove that from the game. It is absurd that it ever did that to begin with. They left it in the game for how many months? Yo, shout out to Ya. That was a fun few months. Survivors healed from the dying state break into a sprint at 150% movement speed for 3, 4 to 5 seconds. This does not cause exhaustion. That's actually pretty good. That's where maybe Buckle Up should have been a long time ago. A very, very long time ago. Anything besides what they were doing, but this is a way better fix. There shouldn't be a perk that gives both people endurance. There should not be. Because obviously you have the moments where the killer's slugging and all this other nonsense. But then you also have moments where the killer can't pick up because everyone's around him, right? You got a whole squad around him and he can't pick up. If he picks up, he's screwed. If he doesn't pick up, he's screwed too. You got to at least have him have a 50-50, or you guys have to have a whole bunch of perks to block that from happening, you know? For the people just weaponized it, which was fucking stupid. Nah. Having two people being able to get up for free, like if that happens at the door, let's say it's not with For the People, but if we're able to just pick up for free and two people walk out, that is so terrible. There's no way to work around it as killer. That's trash. If you're Bubba is the only time I feel like where you could kind of get away with it, right? Because you could just do multiple bing, 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 bing. Maybe Trickster. And even then is kind of like they can still make some distance before. Bubba, you can't really make a lot of distance. You're talking about Swift, bro. You're not talking about solo queue. It's irrelevant. I feel like regardless, it shouldn't be in the game. It shouldn't be in the game. That should not be a thing that's in the game. If you were killer and you were going against that it just feels terrible, and there is no counter to it unless you're playing Bubba. These 3 perk slots just for the people Buckle Up and made for this. Exactly. But you guys got free by using 2 perks. Just one person using 2 perks was too free. It just didn't make sense before. It didn't make sense. I think you had it so good for so long. They should have nerfed this eons ago. The fact that they didn't is ridiculous. They should have been nerfed it. The rate of my escape on solo queue is 10%. And guess what? So, what's it called? Buckle Up for the People. Buckle Up for the People was not going to be what was going to get you out of those matches. Let's be honest. If it was 10%, that Buckle Up for the People wasn't going to get you to 20. Not even 15. Obviously, you might not have it, but at the very least, if you pick them up with Made for This, you can try to force the hit on yourself and body block. That's as good as it should get. That's as good as it should get. And then if that person has Soul Guard, hey, listen, cool. Then it works. I think what they should have tried here in this PTB is probably like survivors being able to see each other's perks. 9 years, brother, let me see my teammates' perks. Let me see what they're running. Maybe not in the beginning of the game, but if you don't want it like that, that's fine. Let's try. If I press, next to my teammate's name, or if I press pause or something, I should be able to see, okay, homegirl's running this head on or some shit. Something basic. They should have tried that here. And then maybe there could have been some sort of synergy, or we could have known, all right, my teammate's going to take a hit from me, etc., whatever. Scourge, Hook, Pain, Res. What we got? Decrease regression effects to 20% was 25%. I'm not mad. I'm honestly not mad. I'm not mad. If it went up 5% in each single one, that's a lot. Going down 5% in each one, or 2%, 5%, doesn't feel as bad, because right now, when I go against the big, what would you consider to be the big 4 regression perks in DBD right now? What are the big 4 regression perks? What are they? Hook, pain, res, and pop. What else? I don't know if Dead Man Switch is necessarily regression, right? But what are the 4 that are like that get run to like are always being ran together? Pain, res, pop with a dash of DMS and Grim Embrace. Pop, pain, grim, right. So all of those already take off so much time. If you put all those up 5%, I think it is going to be, or yeah, like 5% or 5% with time, whatever it is going to be very difficult. Especially, again, with certain killers, it's not as crazy, right? Because certain killers are not as strong. When the strongest killers in the game, i.e., you know, the nurses, the blights, a really, I don't know, even a really good Wesker, Skull Merchant uses any of this shit, so don't even bother trying to get out of the game, bro. Like, there's so many killers that if they run those perks, it is rough. So I feel like it just brings them down a peg, which I'm not mad at all. You know, I'm not mad at. And then again, you also have, outside of that, you have tunneling and camping and, you know, proxy camping where they just know the right distance and they hook next to a gen that was like 80% or in the basement and they just never leave. And then somebody's always off of a gen because we're always trying to stop them, the camping, from going to second stage. And sometimes it does go to second stage and then they still get tunneled. And then the game's pretty much fucking over. Sorry about that. Listen, I've been playing DBD for a long time. I just need some therapy. Honestly, I just need it. Like, you can't just look at, oh, it's just 5%. There's so many other factors in this damn game, bro. So many other factors that are not represented in 5%. There's so many different factors. I'm sorry about that. I've been hearing a lot of people thinking if they nerf regression, tunneling and camping will get worse. Let's think about it. Let's think about it the other way around. If they buffed regression, would tunneling or camping get worse? I think it would stay the same or still even get worse because people just sometimes, I feel like, just don't like to chase. I think the alternative doesn't like, or leaving it where it is as well doesn't necessarily make it better either, right? But with regression being bad, gens will probably get done a little easier. That too, for sure. I'm kind of bored of balancing, to be honest. Every change, the game gets more and more stable for me, or stale, excuse me. I wouldn't say that for me. It doesn't. Yeah. Well, what gets stale is not the perks. For me, it's not necessarily, well, kind of the perks, right? Like Dead Hard being gone. Damn, that's a little stale. What makes the game more stale for me is the fact that you can't burn Wraith anymore. You can't burn the traps of Homegirl anymore, right? With Blight, even though maybe it's a bit much, you can't hug tech anymore. Sooner or later, maybe Wesker, maybe he won't be able to hug tech anymore and do his crazy shit. How Voss fucking clipped me the other day, right? Like, there's like all these different nuances in the game that used to be in it of like how to play certain things. You can't click spin the flashlight anymore. You can't locker save anymore. There's a lot of things like that have made the game stale for me. It's not necessarily perk changes. It's interactions within the game that have just totally made the game feel not as fun as it used to be. And a lot of things that you could do for like that were a little bit more silly, you just can't do as much anymore. That for me is what made the game stale. Hook, pain, res doesn't make the game stale for me. You know, buffing killers doesn't necessarily make the game stale for me. It's the little fun things that we would find in the game to have a little bit extra fun, you know? That was it for me. That's what I love so much. Learning how to moonwalk is such a fun thing to do in the game. It's like, oh shit, look at this. I learned this little trick. It gives you no competitive advantage whatsoever, but damn, is it fun to do. It's like, I know not everyone can do this, or I know it takes a little bit of skill to do this. Those are the things that kind of made the game a little bit stale for me. Them also bringing in, I will say this much, bringing in killers that are not as interactive to play with, i.e. Skull Merchant, Knight, Artist can be that way as well, you know, just loop, stop, loop. What is it? Anti-loop killers. I'm about to say loop stop killers. Anti-loop killers are kind of in that realm for me, where it's just damn, I just got a W key away. Instead of us doing this 50-50 at a pallet, instead of me possibly greeting and you know, eating crap because of it, you know, I think the TNL walls is a perfect example of a beautiful loop that is so 50-50. And if you win it as survivor, it feels great. And if you win it as killer, it feels great. Such a 50-50. And a lot of that because of some of the killers that they've put in the game, or because of some of the different weird ass little loops, or even God loops. God loops aren't great. God loop just being a pallet you could drop and the killer has to break in order to get to you. Those loops are not great to have. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having one, I'm gonna say one God loop, one. And that is like, that one God loop, the way I see it in my head is a break in case of emergency. Drop this shit right now. You're getting tunneled or something, you need to make some distance, drop this bad boy. 2 at max. 2 at max. Shaq is not necessarily a God loop. Not against every killer. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, nurse. We can't say nurse, right? But like, Shaq isn't necessarily a God loop. It's a really good loop. It's a 9 out of 10. A God loop is the pallet in the pallet in what's it called? Because people misplay. You can't misplay a God loop. You can misplay Shaq. Shaq is insane even without the pallet suit. Yeah, it can be. For sure it can be. The staircase in Midwich, where you could just drop it and the killer, in order to continue to chase you, because that is the only path to get to you, that's a God loop. Deathslinger, you could drop it and then he could try to hit you with it, but he can't pull you around the pallet to hit you, right? You have Huntress, who, yeah, she could still hit you around it, but any killer that has like a regular, and even Trickster can get you at a God loop, kind of. He still has to throw 8 knives into you, unless he's already peppered you with 7, then it just doesn't really matter as much. You know, you can still drop that and like hide, make some distance, and do what you need to do. I would just say out of Shaq is a 9. Is a 9.9 out of 10. Is a 9.9 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's a 9.9 out of 10. There are other pallets where, like, if you drop it, the killer has to break it to get to you. Shaq isn't necessarily like one of those. And you can misplay Shaq. I think that's a big portion of it. You can misplay Shaq. You literally cannot misplay a God loop. Like, if, let's just say M1 killers. You cannot misplay a God loop against M1 killers. All right, what does this nonsense do? What the hell is that? Oh, okay. Okay, Invocation weaving spiders. Decrease invocation time to 60 seconds was 120. That is a considerable difference. Considerable difference. Let me ponder this really quick. All right, I mean, I just want to see how like, does it go, what would it go down to? If it goes down to like 30 seconds even, that's crazy. That's I would say that's actually really freaking good. I would say that's really freaking good. Decimated Borgo. What is this? Rework the lighting of the shattered square map. Oh my God. Did they change it from not like from fucking kidney bean red or some shit? They finally changed the color. The red tinted lighting in the shattered square could make it difficult. It's like I'm happy but pissed. I'm happy but pissed. I don't even know how that works, bro. They're finally fixing something that we wanted fixed, but it took so long. It makes me think, brother, you telling me you could have fixed this shit 10 years ago? Like, it just makes you pissed, brother. To see scratch marks, auras, and pools of blood, especially for colorblind players. We have completely changed the lighting on this map to address these concerns. You know what I'm saying? You can finally see the scratch marks here. And there's also, by the way, which was hilarious, not exactly, pools of blood already generated into the map on the floor. Like, just aesthetically, they had pools of blood. So you didn't even know sometimes if you were following a survivor that's injured or if it's a fucking, it was just there for aesthetics. Oh, wow. Look at this. Okay, this is, no one asked for this, but this is interesting. We reworked pop-up for items found within a trial. Interesting. Well, so hold on. What the hell does that say? Use item. Okay, this is really good for newer players who have no freaking clue what the hell they're doing. This is really good for new players. I'm not mad at this. Making it more user-friendly for someone who has no idea what's going on. I can't be mad at that, brother. I can't be mad at that. That's amazing. Perfect. For new players, this is amazing. For us, it literally doesn't matter. I mean, if we might learn something like how much time it takes and all this other nonsense, right? Because we might not know that. It takes 45 seconds. The little ball sack will be back, etc. That's kind of cool to have that information, but otherwise, or maybe this could just be a perk now. Hold on. There's a perk where 4 exit gates open up. 4 exit gates show up. 4, but only 2 of them are real. Bruh. I kind of like that. Is it just me? I kind of like that. Oh my God, you get 4 exit gates. Everybody pick one, bitch. Hurry up. Good luck. I like that. The lights are fake on the exit. Yeah. And then when you open it, fuck you. It's just a cement wall. It's just a brick wall right behind it when the door opens. Like, damn. Oh, that would be a cool perk though, bro. You guys can't like if you that with a full endgame build would be crazy, bro. Somebody said this a long time ago, and I love the idea. There should be a hex ruin for gates. There should be a hex ruin for gates. So like if you try to 99 the door, it goes right back down. Fire. Give me that shit any day. And Blood Warden would be synonymous with that build every single time. They would force Blood Warden every single time. Blood Warden would get so much play if that existed. So much play. Oh my God. That would be so good. Fake gates with hex ruin gate, where if you don't get rid of the hex, the gate just keeps dropping over and over and over again. Something else they got to do. No way out. So the end game would take just as long as the normal game, bro. Oh my God.